Hello, and welcome to episode 11 of our Sports Card Tracker series. In the last episode, we enabled the backup database feature. In this episode, we'll look at restoring databases and deleting all tables. So let's get started. Now let's work on our restore case. We're going to call this one restore database. And we'll add our break at the end. So because I'm using a special location, I'm going to declare that, but I'm also going to set it up for generic as well. If OS name dot contains, and I'm going to use capital W when. Remember, that's case sensitive. So path equals paths dot get backup file path when. Else path equal paths dot get working dir plus file dot separator plus new folder name plus file dot separator plus backup dot name. Now we're going to create our command. Try. Now, because we're restoring the database, we're going to use a different list. We're going to create our list. It's going to be string. And we're going to call it restore command equals new array list. Now we're going to add our commands. Restore command dot add. Our first command is MySQL restore command dot add. And we want to add our username, so -u plus our username. Now our next command, we're going to send our password. Restore command dot add -p. We're going to send our user password. Our next command, restore command dot add. We're going to pass our database. Next command, restore command dot add -e. Then restore command dot add source plus path. Now we want to use our process builder to create our process. So process builder, and I'm calling this PB equals new process builder, and we're going to pass it the restore command. And now we're going to create a runtime process. Process runtime process equals pb.start. Now we're going to create a new try. So let's try buffered reader error reader equals new buffered reader. And we're going to pass this new input screen reader and we're passing our input stream reader, our runtime process dot get error string. We'll add our import for our buffered reader and our import for our input stream reader. So string line. So we want to do a while loop. While line equals error reader dot read line not equal null system dot error dot print line MySQL error log plus line. So int exit code equals runtime process dot wait for. So if we have an exit code of 0, exit code equals 0, and we want to send out the message restore process successfully at, and then we're going to put in the location path, else system.err.print line restore failed process exited with error code. So then we want to print out the exit code plus the code. Now we need to add our catch. Catch IO exception or interrupted exception B. Then we want to print our stack trace b.print stack trace. Now we want to send out an alert to the user. So alert the user that the database was restored. So alert restore alert equals new alert, and we want this one to be an information. Alert dot alert type dot information restore alert dot set title maintenance sports card tracker restore, and then we want to set up our header restore alert dot set header text database restore information. And now we want to set up our content restore alert set content text. I'm going to put in here the database was successfully restored. And we want to have the user acknowledge. So restore alert dot go and wait. Now let's compile this and run it. So if we go to our My Collection maintenance and we back up our database, we get our information that the database was backed up. So let's go and accidentally delete some tables. Let's get rid of the variation table. And let's get rid of our checklist table. And let's get rid of our card details table. And then we go back to our program. And we go to our maintenance and we click on restore. This may take a bit of time. It will alert us that it was restored. And then if we go and refresh our database, our tables are back. Now we want to work with deleting all the tables. We want to add a case. And we're going to call this case delete all tables. Then we'll add a break. So what we want to do is make a call to our SCT database class. So we're going to put in a try catch block here. Try SCT database. And we're going to call this variable drop tables equals new SCT database. And we're going to pass it our username and our user password. Now we're going to call the method connect to database. So drop tables dot connect database. We want to pass it a string drop tables. Now we have to catch the error. So catch exception EX. And we want to print out the exception. Error calling drop tables. We want to print out the error message. We're going to say error. And we're going to change that to string. So in our SCT database class, now we need to add our action listener menu event handler to our drop table menu. So it's delete table item dot set on action, and we want to pass that our menu event handler. Now we'll go into our SCT database class, and at the top we want to add a new constant. So it's going to be a private static final, and it's going to be a string, and I want it to be SQL statement, and we're going to give it the value of drop table if exists, and we want to have a space. So in our connect to database class, we need to add a new case. So we're going to call this case drop tables. Then we'll call a new method drop tables, and we'll pass it our con, and then we'll put in a break. Now we want to create the method drop tables. So we'll go to the bottom. We're going to call this private void drop tables, and we want it to accept the connection. So connection on. Now this will throw an exception, so we'll declare that it throws an exception. So we want to have a list of all of the tables that are in our database. So we'll create a list, and it's going to be string. And I'm going to call it table list equals new array list. And we'll have to add our import for array list. We want the java.util.arraylist, and we want to add the import for list. And we want the java.util.list. Now we want to send out a warning that the user is about to delete all of the tables in the database, and it gives them a chance to cancel if they did this in error. So we're going to warn the user all tables will be deleted. Now to do this, we're going to send an alert, and my alert will be warning message equals new alert, and I want it to be an alert type confirmation. So they don't have a proper icon for this type of message, so I created my own, and I've called it warning.png. So we're going to add that to our message. So image warning image equals new image, and I want that directed to com/bore/resources/warning.png. I will have to add an import for image view warning imgv equals new image view, and then I'm going to pass that the warning image. We want to add our import. Now to use this image, we go warning message dot set graphic, and we want to pass that our warning image v. Now we want to set our title, warning message dot set title, and our title is going to be maintenance. Now we want to set our header text, warning message dot set header text deleting tables. Now we want to add our content text, warning message dot set content text, and we want that to say warning all tables are about to be deleted. And we want to add to this, press OK to continue or cancel to go back. So that gives the user a choice to continue or go back. So we want to get the message of whether or not they press the OK button or the cancel button. So to do this, optional, we want to use a button type. We're going to call that result equals warning message dot go and wait. And we want to add our import for optional. So if they press the OK button, we want to delete the tables. So we need to determine if they press the OK button. Get list of tables from database. So if result is present, which means they pressed a button, and result dot get equals button type dot okay, we want to do the following. Table list equals get table list, and we're going to pass it our con. Now that would give us our table list. We don't have that method set up yet, but we'll do that later. Now we're going to set up an iterator, and it's going to be a type string. I'm going to call it table iterator equals, and I'm going to pass it our table list in the form of an iterator. Table list dot iterator. Now we're going to add our import for iterator. Now what we're going to do is we're going to parse the table iterator for every table in our database, and we're going to delete every table. So while table iterator has next, we want to perform the following. Try string statement equals SQL statement plus, we want to put a blank space in between, plus, and we want to use our table iterator dot next. Now that will consume that current iterator, and then we want to add to the end a semicolon to finish the statement. Now we're going to create a statement equals on dot create statement dot execute update, and we're going to pass it our statement. If there is any errors while executing our statement, we want to catch those. Catch. And these are SQL exception key. And we're going to print out the errors. So system.err.println there was an error dot, and then we'll print out the error system.err.println e.toString. Now we want to alert that all of the tables have been deleted. So alert equals new alert, And we're going to use the alert type of information for this one. Alert type dot information. We want to set our title. Alert dot set title. And our title is going to be maintenance. And we want to set our header text. Alert dot set header text. And our header text is going to be database update information. Now we want to set our content. Alert dot set content text. And we're going to send the message, all tables in the database were successfully deleted. And we want them to respond. So alert dot so if they press the cancel button, we want to have an else here to handle that. Else, and we're going to put in the comment action canceled. And we're going to send a message to the user to let them know. Alert information equals new alert. And we're going to give it alert type dot information dot set title. And we're going to call it maintenance. Information dot set header text. And we're going to set the header text to be database update information. And our content will be information dot set content. And we're going to put in the message, delete tables has been canceled. Now we want them to respond, information dot go and wait. Now we have to set up the method get table list. So we're going to add at the bottom private list, because this will return a list and we want it to be of type string. Get table list, and it accepts a connection. So connection on. Now this can throw an exception. Throws exception. We want to declare a list type string, and we're going to call our variable table names equals new array list. Now we want to get a result set back from our database. So result set rs. Now we need to add an import for our result set, but because it is an SQL import, we need to add it manually. So import java.sql.result set. We want to create a statement equals on dot create statement. So our result set equals statement dot execute query, and our query is going to be simply show tables. Now that will give a list of all the tables in our database. While rs.next, we want to add each table to our table names. So table names.add rs.get string, and we want what's in column 1. Finally, we want to return table names. Now we're going to compile this. We're going to run it. So I want to back up my database first. Then I want to go in and I want to delete all tables. Here's our warning message. So if we hit cancel, we get the message, delete tables have been canceled. Let's go back in, delete all tables. This time we're going to press OK. Now we get the message, all tables in the database were successfully deleted. So we can check out our database. And in our sports card tracker, there are no tables. Now, we can recover those. If we go to maintenance, restore database, now we have the message that our database has been successfully restored. Now, if we go over here, we can check our tables. We'll hit refresh, and there's all of our tables. So that's it for episode 11. In our next episode, we'll look into adding some functionality to our Add New Card menu.